When you're born, you come into this world and you come into a society, right? And in the society, there are rules, guidelines, traditions, there's ways of operating, there's culture, there's societal beliefs. And for you to be able to function in this world, you better learn all of that. And that's ultimately your parents' job, is to prep you and introduce you to the world so that you can enter the world and navigate and function in this world. However, as you are forming your map of reality as a child, and every single one of you has a map, it's the map that allows you to navigate, a map of beliefs, a map of assumptions. You will form this map in two ways. One is through first-hand experience, meaning currently in your life there's a good amount of things that you learn through first-hand experience. As a child, you touch the stove, psh, oh, it's hot. Are you going to touch it again? Probably not. First-hand experience. Can you learn everything firsthand? No. No? So how else are you going to learn? Secondhand. And this is where the majority of your beliefs, your understanding of the world comes from. And not just that, but who forms all these original beliefs? A younger, more immature version of you. Now, when it comes to secondhand experience, are you going to believe anyone about anything? Yes, no? No. You're going to have filters, ways to filter the information that you hear. And there are three of them. One is certainty, congruence, and authority. Meaning, if I came to all of you and say you've never heard someone clap before, ever in your life, hypothetically, and I came to all of you and I said, everybody, if you put your hands together like that, it's going to make a sound. You're not just going to take my word for it. You're going to pass that information through these filters. You're first going to look at how certain is Julien in what he's saying. If I came to you and I'm like, everyone, if you put your hands together, it makes a sound. Do you believe me? Not very certain. But I could be like, hey, everyone, you put your hands together, it makes a sound. Check one, certainty. The next one is congruency. You could simplify this as, are his thoughts, words, and actions aligned? So I could be very certain but off. Hey, everyone, when you put your hands together, it makes a sound. It makes a sound, everyone. I'm very certain about it. Trust me, it makes a sound. There's just something off in the vibe. You're like, I don't know. But if like, hey, if you put your hands together, it makes a sound. Oh, congruency's there? Great, 2 of the check marks. And the other is authority, meaning how much authority is behind what I'm hearing. Now, as a child, who has a lot of authority in your life? Parents, whoever's raising you, teachers, and the classroom. Why do I say the classroom? Because there's a lot of social proof. If everyone in the class believes a certain thing, well, that thing has a lot of authority behind it. So we don't judge as kids. We enter, we're like, quickly, got to form my bearings. Okay, this is hard, okay. This happens if I touch the stove, and this happens, and okay, let's look. My parents told me this. They're very certain. They're congruent. There's a lot of authority. Oh, the whole classroom told me this. Very certain. Oh, a lot of authority too. And we just take it on. We don't judge it. We don't analyze it. We take it on because we need to form that map to function in the world. But this is where things that aren't necessarily true can sometimes sneak past these filters. Or things that we even misinterpret can sneak past the filters. For example, if you're at school, you're a kid, and suddenly all the classroom, the entire school even, calls you loser! Are they certain? Yeah. Are they congruent? Loser, loser! Yes, they're congruent. Is there authority? Everyone's saying it. Loser, loser, loser! It must be true. Passes the filters. And it becomes a core belief that you have about yourself. part of your map of the world and how you relate to and fit in the world. I am a loser. Perhaps the classroom calls you stupid. Or the teacher simply says, you could have done better than that. But limited perspective as a child, teacher's calling me stupid, very congruent, very certain, a lot of authority, it must be true. If you don't step it up, you're not going to make it very far. If you don't change, you're not going to make it very far. I'm not going to make it very far, that's who I am. So we have all these core beliefs, these core assumptions that we form around others, around the world, and around ourselves. We never examine if they're true. We just are in a rush to create this map of understanding that allows us to navigate the world. Now here's why it's called a core belief. It's a belief that's at the foundation of other beliefs. Because the way it works is, if this is true, then what else is true? Meaning, I'm entering the world, I'm a baby. Okay, whole classroom says loser. I'm a loser. Well, once that's planted, it passes the filter. I'm going to start looking at the world in terms of being a loser. Okay, how does a loser fit in this situation? Oh, this person didn't like me. It must be because I'm a loser. Reinforced. And we build, in a way, these belief trees. All these beliefs built on it. Perhaps, even if you look at love, you might look at your parents, and maybe they fight a lot. There's a lot of drama. So in your mind, you don't know any better. You're like, oh, relationship, love equals fighting, equals drama. Core belief. Perhaps you look at your parents, and they're very distant. There's no affection, right? Or maybe they get divorced, separate. Love equals separation. Love equals abandonment. Love equals just platonic friends. Core belief. Now, these core beliefs, you will also tend to put them out of your mind, far into your subconscious. Why? Because even questioning their validity is too risky. Because if this happens to be wrong, what happens to the whole belief tree? It's all wrong. And a whole chunk of your map collapses. And that map has allowed you to survive up until this day. If it's worked so far, why mess with it? That's also the whole comfort zone. Hey, it's kept me alive. Yeah, it's not comfortable. It's just known. It could be painful. If living, by the way, in this state of just pure pain has kept you alive so far, why change it? You're alive. Isn't that the goal, everybody, to stay alive? That's what your DNA cares about. It doesn't care if you're in pain. Oh, they're unhappy, but they're safe. Look, I kept them alive. The more unhappy I make them, the more they stay alive. Let's keep at it.
Now, before things start getting intense here, if you're looking to go through a similar process yourself and receive direct feedback from me personally, no matter where you find yourself in the world, then click the link below this video right now and apply for online coaching. This is my signature program, so click the link and I'll see you in there.
You will find ways to stay congruent to these beliefs because it's what you know. You need reality to match your map. So, say, love is a lot of drama and fighting. That's what I saw when I grew up. That's what my parents did. Maybe you might find yourself entering relationships where there is a lot of drama and fighting. Why do I keep attracting such toxic partners? Because the little demon inside loves it. It confirms the core belief. Maybe you'll enter a relationship that's very healthy and peaceful. But wait a minute. Peace doesn't equal love. There must be something wrong. It's too peaceful. It's boring. I need more fighting. It's insane. Perhaps love is abandonment and you keep going for people who cheat on you, people who leave you. Why? Why does it keep happening to me? You're staying congruent to these core beliefs. And once more, you have core beliefs around the world, people, and about yourself, aka your core identity. And this is something, both of those, that are key to bring your awareness to. Same with shadow questions. You find out what actually runs you. Now, in terms of core beliefs, a couple things you can do. One, at a very surface level, and I suggest you all do this, is you write down success equals, and you fill in the blanks. success equals, and just let your hand flow. Now, don't go to the right answers. Success is awesome. It's freedom. It's all I want. Sure, play the devil's advocate, similar to the shadow questions. What might be bad about success? A common one is success is a lot of work, a lot of responsibility, not much freedom and free time, right? So say, interesting, those are different core beliefs that I associate with success. Now, you might think I equals, and perhaps in the definition of you, the core identity that is you, you're not that responsible. Well, if you're not responsible, why would you chase success and put yourself in a situation that requires responsibility? That's not for me. Push away. So self-sabotage is you staying aligned with core beliefs and your core identity, your comfort zone. Hidden payoffs. Success is a lot of work. I don't want to do a lot of work. Push away. Success is less freedom. I don't want less freedom. Push away. You can do the same with health, right? Common ones for health. Health is, being on top of my health, working out, diet. That's not fun. I want fun. Push away. It's so much discipline. Then you look at your life. I'm not a disciplined person. Not for me. Push away. Wealth, right? If you think money equals most common core beliefs around money. Evil. Do you want to be evil? No. Push money away. That's for evil people. It's for scammers. It's for people who are corrupt. They sell their souls. Do you want to sell your soul? No. Do you want to be a sellout? No. I've seen so many people, especially on the artistic side, push away money for that reason. They have a deep core belief that their art is only pure when they have no money. If they have money, it's just like those big bands that sell out. I don't want to sell out. Interesting. Same with relationships equals fill in the blanks. Anything in life that you find yourself just, for some reason, pushing away. And that too, a big shift in terms of thinking is everyone's so focused on trying to make success happen, on trying to get it, but they never focus on the part of them that is perhaps pushing it away. And that's usually it. It's a part of you is pulling it. Come here. Come here. Come here. And that's the pattern. Instead of focusing on the come here, say, why does a part of you push away when it gets too close? Now, I equals is the big one. What is your core identity? What are the core beliefs you have around yourself? You equals what? Now, another exercise or game you can play with yourself here is if you had to pick a fictional character. Could be a movie character, a book, a video game, you name it. A fictional character that describes you the best. One where you resonate with it. You're like, that is totally me. I feel that congruency to this character. Now, not who you want to be, but who is actually you. What character would it be? You can start a bit more broad in terms of archetypes, right? Perhaps you are the underdog. Anyone like the movie Rocky? Yeah. Anyone like movies where that the hero faces everything goes wrong? It's like they're not going to make it, but they overcome the odds, and there's glory in their success. Be careful if that's your core identity. You're like, that's me. I like that. That speaks to my soul. Because if that's part of your core identity, it's going to run you. There was a client I coached years ago who worked in Wall Street. I did a lot of finance. And he got a new job, a promotion job, where the boss was like, hey, I'm hiring you because eventually I want you to take over. I'm planning on retiring in a few years, and I want you to take over. And him succeeding and taking over would be a huge boost in his lifestyle and income. But he sensed self-sabotage starting to kick in. Suddenly he wasn't putting in the work, he was procrastinating. That's when he hired me as a coach. And we talked about this. And why was he procrastinating and self-sabotaging? Because he had that underdog identity. And a question that I asked him is, How do you feel about, say, easy success, where there's no obstacle, no big bad guy, no one doubting you? It's just easy, right? This boss is like, hey, I'm hiring you. I see glory in you. I want you to take over in a few years. And say you do everything well, and at the end of those few years, your boss is like, I knew I made the right choice. Here's the job. And no joke, this is online, his reaction was, I could throw up right now thinking about it. Interesting. And this is a pattern back to when did you experience this before? And he's like, yes. For success to matter, so core belief around success, it needs to be earned. And how is it earned? By battling big obstacles. If it's just easy, then that doesn't count. There's no glory there. So he needed people to doubt him, which is why he was self-sabotaging. He was not doing the work, he was doing the bare minimum because he wanted to reach a point where his boss, which actually happened, then we turned it around, but it did happen, came to him and said, hey, listen, I thought I made the right choice, but I don't know. Kind of doubtful here. Now there's someone to prove wrong. Core identity. Now think in terms of beyond just work, how that might mess this person up. You can never just let it come easily to you. You always need to make things harder than they need be. And that's not smart work. That's stupid work. Sure, he's working hard, yeah, but he's making things way harder. He's creating these unnecessary and sometimes even imaginary enemies so that it justifies that the success is worth it and glorious. That's one pattern. Another, which is one that ran me for quite some time, and there's still, I'm not perfect, there's little glimpses here and there, is the self-destructive artist. That was mine. Self-destructive artist. If I watched a movie, I was identified with any character that fell into that archetype. Meaning, and it was quite interesting, I was self-destructive, but I needed something to destroy. So I wasn't just at the bottom. I wasn't like, screw everything, I'm just self-destructive. I wanted to succeed and arrive right at the finish line. So I had the possibility of winning. But you know why I'm so special and different? I could pass this finish line, or I could just kick it all away and destroy it. Why? For no reason. Just because I can, because I'm self-destructive, and that makes me special and significant. And that was a pattern that ran me. I'd build success, pop it. Build success, pop it. Build success, pop it. Because what if I pass that finish line? If I'm successful, then I'm no longer self-destructive. That's not me. I need to stay congruent to the core identity that kept me alive all these years. So I'm going to keep popping success. It's insane. Perhaps your core identity is the hero. I am the hero. Everything for my purpose, everything for the cause. And you know the price to pay when you are a hero is that you are forever alone. And it's just my curse. And you find glory in that. And people will push away relationships, friendships. I'm the martyr. I'm the lonely hero. I'm Batman. Batman doesn't fall in love and have children. He's Batman. Interesting. Perhaps you are the loser. The background character no one even notices in a movie. Just standing out there alone in the rain. Perhaps you're Spider-Man. I joke about this a lot. You're Peter Parker. And you are waiting for your magical moment. You're waiting for that radioactive spider to bite you. And you've been waiting all these years, and it's this pattern of waiting and waiting. Perhaps opportunities are given to you. Hey, take action. Come on, come this way. No, the spider has to bite me first. I'm waiting for this glorious awakening moment. Not happening. Right? That's actually a lot of people too. They're waiting for this spider, and then they lower their standards. Like, any spider, come on. It's not coming. Bite yourself. But thinking in these terms helps tremendously. It's like, who are you? And then what are the cons? Sure, the pros, you can write that down, but really the cons of being this identity, of being this character. And then back to a shadow question, what are you getting out of it? And for the most part, it's significance. Survival and significance. There's something special about it, something unique to you, or so your ego believes. That was for me the self-destructive artist. It's, I'm so special. All of you would just run towards success, but not me. I could, but no. Kick it away. Perhaps you here, the underdog's a big one too. I really want to succeed, but I want my story of success to be memorable. I want them to make a movie about it. I don't want to be someone who, easy success, easy success, easy success, death. Where's the glory in that? So this is where a lot of introspection comes into play too, in terms of who am I? Even if you had to talk about yourself and your life as telling someone about a character in a movie, how would you tell this person's life? How would you describe your life? And how would you do it authentically? Meaning, there's your life that you tell strangers. Who are you? What do you do? Tell me about yourself. And you have your go-to little narrative. There's the life that you tell your friends. There's your life that you tell your family, your partner, your kids. But what's the real story about you and your life that you only tell you? A book I'd recommend reading is Radical Honesty, Brad Blanton. I made a book review about it on YouTube. You can also look it up. I don't agree with everything in that book. It's very extreme. But I like some of the ideas. They're challenging like that. And I knew someone who did a live event / retreat, and it was a small group. So the whole gist of it is radical honesty. Always tell the truth, never lie. And say you were to do this retreat. This is what I heard. I might be wrong. It's what I heard. It was a small group of, say, 10, 15 people. And they all sat in a circle in a chair. And one by one, there was a camera there, they had to sit down and tell the group their life story. But once more, without lying. So no downplaying, no glorifying. It just, here's me, here's what happened, here's as honest as I can be in my life story, right? And it was all filmed. Then, they had to take the footage and send it to every single person they know. Their family, their friends, reveal all their deepest secrets, the truth. Then he had them do it naked. Hey, radical honesty. Are you ashamed of your body? So again, he's extreme. I don't agree with everything, but it gets you thinking, really. And even in terms of the life story that you tell yourself, like how are you lying to yourself about your own life story? What if you had to talk about the movie that is you in the most authentic way? Record yourself doing it, or write it down. Write your own biography. You'll identify tons of core beliefs in your core identity with that. And that's all data you can then let go of.
Now, what you just watched here is just a small piece of a larger system and process. So what you want to do now is click this video here to see exactly what I'm talking about and how it all fits together.